You can understand English, but when you try to speak English, the words don't come into your mind. Is that happen with you? If yes, so this video gonna be totally for you, okay? So in this video, I'm gonna show you how to fix this problem. How to speak at school in English, at work or at your college. So let's jump on to the main points. And if you really face this problem, so I think so you will watch this video till the very end, because if you will follow my advices, so definitely you would be a good speaker in your future. So watch this video till the very end, because it must gonna be helpful for you. And if you enjoy my video and learn something new from the help of it, so please comment me in the comment box after listening to the whole video and after applying all the tips. Well, most of the beginners just make one mistake. That is, they just think that if they will a lot of grammar and they will learn a lot of vocabulary, so then they would be a fluent speaker. But it's a kind of mistake for them, because they are learning English passively. They are getting in a lot of things, but they are giving as an output a little bit to their selves. Okay, so it's a kind of big mistake for them. That is why when they try to speak in front of anyone, or when they have whenever they want to have a conversation with anyone, so at that time they feel hesitate, they feel unconfident. This is the main problem that they will have to fix it. Okay, so I am here to tell you that how to fix this problem. Actually, firstly I wanna talk about the whole problem, that why is this happening with all of the learners who are beginners in English. Okay, so what beginners do, like what they are doing these days, मेनली मोस्ट ऑफ द बिगनर्स वो क्या करते हैं, बिगनर्स क्या करते हैं कि इंग्लिश को सीख रहे हैं बट पैसिव फॉर्म में. हाउ दे आर लर्निंग इंग्लिश पैसिवली. सो पैसिवली का मतलब कि वो इंग्लिश में बहुत सारी चीज़ें सीख रहे हैं, जैसे कि ग्रामर सीख रहे हैं, वोकेबलरी सीख रहे हैं, टेंसेस के रूल्स सीख रहे हैं, मॉडल सीख रहे हैं. मतलब कि वो बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं जो वो उनको एज एन इनपुट अंदर तो कर रहे हैं अपने दिमाग में, बट आउटपुट है जो बहुत ही टाइनी होती है उनके लिए. जो कि वो आउटपुट देते हैं अपनी सेल्फ को, वो बहुत ही ज़्यादा टाइनी होती है, मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा थोड़ी होती है, जो कि बहुत ही ज़्यादा कम है. ओके, इफ़ दे रियली वांना बी फ्लुएंट इन इंग्लिश, इफ़ दे रियली वांना बिकम फ्लुएंट इन इंग्लिश, सो फर्स्टली they will have to speak. They will have to speak whatever they have learned. They will have to speak out. Okay, but why they can't speak? Okay, they are learning passively. Passively means they have learned a lot of things, but they are not giving output to themselves. Okay, I want to say that they are just learning, they are not speaking out, they are not writing out. Okay, मेरा मतलब है कि वो बोल नहीं रहे हैं, वो लिखने की प्रैक्टिस नहीं कर रहे हैं. They are just learning. They are just learning a lot. They are not practicing enough. But practice is that kind of thing that matters in English. Okay, if you really want to be fluent in English, so you have to do practice as much as you can. Practice means you have to do speaking. You have to write in English. You have to speak about the topics which are normal, such as pollution, such as friendship, and so on. There are many topics about which you can talk. And I want to tell you one thing, that there are mainly three topics. Okay, food, work, and family. And these topics are really big. You could talk about these topics as much as you can. You could ask questions to yourself. You could do a mirror practice. Okay, you could speak in front of the mirror. That is a kind of really good method to speak in English, okay, to practice in English. So you could create environment at your own. You don't need to get any partner to speak in English, okay. So just try to speak with yourself, try to learn in front of the mirror, try to speak out, okay. This would help you to be a fluent speaker, okay. ओके अभी मैं आपको एग्जाम्पल के साथ बताऊंगी कि कैसे आपको प्रैक्टिस करनी चाहिए और कैसे आप प्रैक्टिस कर सकते हो. सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल टुडे वी आर गोना टॉक अबाउट फूड, ओके. सो व्हाट शुड बी टॉक अबाउट द फूड? सो फर्स्टली जस्ट राइट डाउन that you are going to talk about the food, okay. Then you could say that I like to eat burger, okay, or I like to eat noodles, or I like to have noodles. So this is a kind of very simple sentence. Firstly start from the simple sentence, okay, then try to make it big, try to add some more information in this. Now we're gonna add some more detail. So now I just want to say that I like to eat burger for lunch. So we have added some more detail. Okay, now we're gonna add some more data about it. So now I just wanna say that I like to eat mushroom burger for lunch. So we have added some new thing, okay. Then our fourth sentence would be I like to have 2 burgers, or I like to eat 2 burgers for my lunch because I like to eat that and that's my kind of preference. So we have added a lot of details in this sentence, and it's a kind of complex sentence that when you will try to make these kind of sentences, so definitely your speaking would improve, okay, and eventually you would be a good speaker. Firstly you have to start practice, you have to do it. If you wouldn't practice, you wouldn't be a fluent speaker. I just want to say one thing, that if you want to learn English, if you want to be a fluent in English, so you have to practice. It's a kind of that thing. If you would not practice, so you would not be a fluent speaker. It's a kind of that thing, like you are on the bus stand and you are waiting for the airplane. Now you would think that what am I saying, but it's a kind of very deep thing, okay. You are on the bus stand and you are waiting for the airplane. So if we are on the bus stand, how could we get any kind of airplane? It's not gonna happen. That's also in English, that also happens in English. If you would not practice, so how you would be a fluent speaker? How? It's not gonna be possible. So you have to practice, and if you would do practice, you would be a good speaker in English. You could have conversations with your friends, at your work, at your college, at anywhere, wherever you want, okay. So अभी हमने क्या किया, हमने एक टॉपिक लिया फूड, उसके बारे में बहुत सारे सेंटेंसेस बनाए और उसमें कुछ वर्ब्स ऐड की, कुछ इन्फॉर्मेशन ऐड की जो कि हमारे लिए बहुत ज़्यादा थी. और अब जब हम कभी भी फूड के बारे में बात करेंगे, कि हमसे कोई पूछे कि तुम्हें क्या अच्छा लगता है, तो हम उसके बारे में विदाउट एनी हेजिटेशन बोल सकते हैं. हमें कोई हेजिटेशन होगी, हम कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ इसके बारे में बोल सकते हैं. तो हमने क्या किया है, अब हमने हमारे माइंड को हिंट्स दिए हैं कि कैसे किसी टॉपिक को बोलना है, कैसे किसी चीज़ के बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन को एस्केलेट करना है मतलब इंक्रीज़ करना है, इंक्रीज़ मतलब बढ़ावा देना, कैसे बढ़ाना है इंफॉर्मेशन को, ओके. सो दिस इज़ द काइंड ऑफ वे बाय विच यू कुड इम्प्रूव योर इंग्लिश. एंड द नेक्स्ट थिंग, now the question raises that how do you find the right words to add in your sentences? So there is a one kind of application, that is ChatGPT. So you could use that. I have already talked a lot about that application in one video, okay. So you could watch that video if you want to learn about the ChatGPT and if you want to use that. But I just want to say one thing, that ChatGPT is that kind of thing which is helping a lot these days, okay. So it's a kind of very helpful thing for you if you want to improve your English, if you want to get to know about more topics, if you want to explore them. So you could go on the ChatGPT, and you could ask questions to that as much as you can, because ChatGPT is an open AI. Okay, you could ask questions and you could get that kind of answer, what kind of answer you want. Okay, so you could ask questions as much as you can. So now the next thing, that what you should have to do to speak about the topics. So the next thing, that you have to speak with yourself. Okay, you have to do speaking with yourself. I know that it gonna be crazy that what I am saying, but yes, it would be really helpful for you, because I have improved my English by this way, by using this way. Okay, so you could also improve your English. Okay, and when I was beginner in English, so at that time I didn't have any kind of partner, so I had to speak with myself. Okay, I searched a lot about it, but I didn't get any type of partner. So then I started to speak with myself. I started to practicing in front of the mirror. And if you would speak with yourself, if you would ask question to yourself, so definitely your speaking would looks like a pro. Okay, so start practicing from today. And now we're gonna talk about some questions. So now what do you have to do if you want to speak with yourself? So you have to ask questions to yourself. What kind of questions those should be? So what kind of topic you have prepared, just ask questions about that. Like, we have prepared topic that is food. So now we're gonna talk about food. We're gonna ask questions to ourselves about the food. So now, what do I like? What is my favorite food? What food I do not like, and why I do not like that food? How does that taste? Okay, so you could ask these kind of questions to yourself, and you would have to answer to yourself after asking questions. Okay, and if you are not if you are not able to think about the questions, just open the chat gpt and ask to chat gpt, chat gpt, can you ask me 10 questions about the food which are should be simple. So you could ask these kind of questions to chat gpt. तो अभी चैट जीपीटी को आपको यही कहना है कि चैट जीपीटी मुझे ऐसे क्वेश्चंस फूड के बारे में बताओ जो कि बहुत ही ज़्यादा सिंपल होने चाहिए. ओके, तो यही क्वेश्चन आपको जस्ट अपनी आपको पूछने हैं. ओके, एंड that would be okay for you, then try to answer to yourself. And definitely I'm saying that if you would practice from your own heart, from the core of your heart, definitely you would be a pro speaker in English. But firstly you have to practice. Okay, so just try to practice. And that's all for the day. And if you like my video, if you learned anything from my video, just try to like my video, and try to subscribe my video and share it as much as you can. Thank you.